I'm having a few of my horses' teeth done today, and I thought it would be super interesting to bring you guys along. Horses have teeth that are very different than human teeth. A trip to the dentist can look very different for a horse than it does for a human. While we're waiting for this horse's drugs to kick in, I'm going to show you a few things on this skull. These are the horse's molars and premolars. The incisors are up front, and that's usually what we age the horse with. This guy was a cribber, so you can see that extra wear on his. This horse also had a bit of a sheer mouth. The mandible or lower jaw of a horse is usually a bit narrower than the upper jaw, so the teeth naturally will overhang a little bit. I would say this horse's sheer mouth was preventing him from chewing normally. Regular dentistry is going to address all these tiny abnormalities so the horses can eat properly. This horse had hooks on both of these first premolars. You can get a good view from the side of the ramps that the horse has in the molars. All of these things are going to restrict this horse's ability to chew normally. Horses don't chew up and down like humans, they kind of grind their teeth together. He also had some sharp points, and these can cause abrasions on the inside of the mouth. This horse has waves starting in its molars. A thorough dental exam requires the use of a speculum, and also the horse needs to be sedated in order for the veterinarian to get a look at everything inside the mouth. To keep the horse's head up, he also has on a padded halter on a pulley system that can go up and down depending on what the vet is doing with his teeth. The vet today is using power tools. It reduces the amount of time the horse has to be sedated, and it goes really quickly for the horse. The shapes of the files are a little bit different depending on what part of the mouth is getting worked on. These are the two that the vet was using today. This guy is almost done, so she's rinsing his mouth and then going back in to make sure that nothing else needs to be fixed. Here you can see she's going in and balancing his mouth a little bit more so the teeth line up perfect so he's not at risk of getting any waves. The lack of proper dental care can also cause a lot of behavioral issues for horses. Hooks specifically will restrict the horse's ability to collect and break at the poll and put their head in a collected position. They just physically can't do it. The last thing this horse is having done is what's called rostral profiling. It used to be super trendy to put in a very aggressive bit seat right there on the horse, but now they just slightly round that premolar just so it doesn't pinch. And this guy is all done. The next horse that we decided to do, she also needs her wolf teeth pulled in addition to her regular dental. So the vet's going to go ahead and give her regular dental first, and then we're going to look and see what those wolf teeth look like. Usually the older the horse is, the more difficult it is to remove the wolf teeth. So most people have them done with either the first dental or when the horse is gelded if it's a stallion. There you can see the wolf tooth right in front of that first premolar, and you can also see that there's a cap that recently fell out, so the tooth is a little bit shorter than the rest of them. Caps are the horse's baby teeth, and they will lose these between 2 and 3 years of age. This mare is 4 years old, so she probably lost the cap a while ago. The vet gave some local anesthetic in addition to the regular sedation for this horse, just so the tooth removal would be pain-free. This tool is basically shaped like a straw and then cuts around the tooth so the tooth can be pulled right out, and this is where the tooth sits in the mouth. When I'm shopping for horses, it's super easy just to run your thumb along the roof of their mouth and then feel if they have a wolf tooth. You can also check to see how sharp that first premolar is and get an idea of when the last time they may have had their teeth done. By the time we were on the third horse, I was finally getting a little bit better at filming this. So here's a good view of her reducing some of the teeth. And then this is her doing some profiling on those first premolars. All of the horses stood really well today. This was actually this last horse. It was his first time getting his teeth done, and he's 6 years old. This horse is very balanced overall, and it really showed up in his teeth. Here the vet is just giving him one more once over to make sure that he doesn't have anything going on between those teeth. When the horses were finished getting their teeth done, they got to stand and wait in their stalls until the drugs wore off. It got to be 106 degrees today, which was wild, so these guys stood in the barn with their fans on until it was time for dinner. Everybody recovered great and they were eating and drinking normally. Regular dental care is extremely important, and unfortunately a lot of the horses that I buy at auction have never had their teeth done. It's something I factor in every time I'm buying a new horse, just because I know most of them are going to need it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of my adventures in rehabbing these auction horses, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos in the future. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.